What's up, guys? I'm really excited about today's video because today's video is involving you. I'm showing some of your stuff on this video. About 3 years ago in April, I can tell you exactly, hold on. April 18th, 2016, I uploaded my first stage design video where right here at this church, I stood on stage and I was just like, hey guys, welcome to Worship Leader Hangout. Let me show you this design that we made, materials, dimensions, basically just how we did it, how we lit it with our creative lighting and stuff like that. And the video did pretty well. A lot of people started watching it and commenting saying, hey, we did this design at our church, blah, blah, blah. And that kind of thing was just incredibly humbling to me, that you would look at a design that I made and be inspired by that and make either exactly it or something similar. So in this video today, I want to showcase some of my favorite designs that you guys have sent me. So the first one I want to start with is from a guy named Stephen Presser. They redid their church and their design was based on that first video that I did. Yeah, you can see right here, and I like the purple they use, that's really good. So he did the different heights of the panels themselves, and then but they, instead of like kind of making it random, I really like how they look like sideways M's. It just kind of focuses you in on the center of the stage, the cross. And anyway, that looks really good, and I appreciate you sending that in, Stephen. So the second one was sent in by Brittany Masters. Brittany, this looks so good. So what they did is they, instead of using coroplast like we did, they used wood. And they left that natural wood, so you can see the wood grains and the knots. And man, that looks good. You can see it right here on the screen. I like how they cut out the cross on the wood and lit that behind it. Overall, Brittany, man, the whole stage looks great. It kind of has a classic yet modern look to it. I love the chandeliers. She said, note the chandeliers. I love that. Next up, we have Douglas Dillon. Or is it Dylan Douglas? I don't know. I have it as Douglas Dillon. Let's see here. What did Dylan say? Douglas Dillon. He said, our stage hadn't changed in nearly 30 years. Wow. He said, we're an old church with a new vision, and this past weekend, that vision finally started to come to reality. Here's before and after. Okay, let's check it out. Oh yeah. That after shot, I love that. Yeah, so that's the same kind of thing. It's a classic sanctuary with a little bit of a modern twist. It's a good mix of classic and modern. Now, I would experiment with this, Douglas. I would experiment with the first section. I don't know if you're watching, but if you are, that first section beyond the stage, in between that beam that goes down like this, maybe shooting some light up the ceiling. And maybe even experimenting with going that next section as well, shooting that light and just kind of enhancing that shape. If you're going to keep the ceiling white, it might look really nice to do that. Anyway, otherwise, overall, it looks really good, man. I appreciate you sending that in. That's cool. So for this next one, I'm probably pronouncing this wrong or not realizing what I'm doing. But anyway, so I see Mundial or Mundual. I honestly, I don't know. It's just their Instagram handle. ICMUNDIAL. Anyway, it's a thriving church from what I can tell, from what I can see on the Instagram. So they obviously did the vertical blind design that we did 2 designs ago. 1, 2, yeah. But I love their stage. I love their energy. Just from the picture itself, you can tell they have a lot of energy and just a lot of passion in what they're doing on stage in their worship. And it's awesome. And I'm humbled and honored that they used our design at their church. That's really cool. So anyway, but thanks for posting that. They tagged us, and that's how I knew about those. Joe Bravo. Joe, I like Joe because Joe sent a bunch of detailed pictures in. But let's see what he said. He said, hey Chad, I just wanted to say thank you, or thanks for giving me the inspiration to create a new stage look at our church in Auckland, New Zealand? NZ? Yeah. Anyway, he goes on to say, I went a slightly different approach to using individual addressable LEDs called WS2815, direct from China. I'm checking those out as soon as I'm done with this. I got further inspiration from the guys who do those amazing Christmas light shows on their houses, synchronized to music. It uses a protocol called E1.31, and a controller that can do 96 universes, which you need when each individual pixel uses 3 channels. Wow. This is a little bit beyond me, man. I just use those LED strips on Amazon. Oh, I love this. I love it. Here's a before, kind of, what's it called? Panorama, and the after. Man, that looks really good. That's a cool panoramic shot of their whole stage. If I can make one suggestion, I think you guys are awesome and you did a great job. I love the ceiling. You guys see the ceiling? That wood panel ceiling of the stage. It looks really good. I love that they painted all the way out past that door. But the big white window, those vertical blinds on the window, I'm just kind of, I think those need to be black. Even if you just got black vertical blinds, I think that would be better. Anyway, man, thanks, Joe. Looks so good. All right, so this next one's from New Harvest, Chicago. This one's pretty funny. They tagged us in a picture on Instagram. When was this? April, somewhere around April, beginning of April. And they tagged Worship Leader Hangout, and I was like, why is my church tagging Worship Leader Hangout? And I looked closer and I was like, wait a minute, the spacing's off on the design. And what I mean by off is see, look here. See that? It just looks a little bit different from what we did as far as the spacing between the panels themselves. And I looked closer and I was like, oh, that's not even us. That's New Harvest, Chicago. And anyway, it looks really good, especially this picture right here, the closer shot. I really seriously thought that this was at our church. Anyway, it looks so good. They said, Worship Leader Hangout, thanks for the inspiration and the instructional video. Our church loves the new design. You are so welcome. It looks really good. I like how you use the columns too, the truss columns. Thank you, New Harvest. It looks great, guys. All right, Ryan Schaffer sent in a design. So this is obviously a stage in a gym somewhere. I guess you just push forward, set up a bunch of chairs, stuff like that. I like the restored, redeemed on the sides of the stage there. Drum cage in the center, lit from the top. That looks really cool. I would put some kind of lid on that where there's just like those felt panels that you can kind of lay on top. That's what we'll use. Or like a custom lid that you can make. Jake made a video about that. Just to kind of keep the light off of the screen in the middle. Anyway, it would look really neat. Again, you didn't ask me. I'm just saying. That's cool. So you sent in a picture. This was probably from the design you had before your LED panel design, and we did this one. This is called what I call floating tiles. Yeah, it looks pretty cool. Thanks for sending that in. I appreciate you sharing it with us. All right, so the last one I have that I want to share with you is by Shane 4D. As soon as I watched your yarn panel video, we went to work. Yes. I like your shape of your LED pars or whatever those are. Just kind of coming into the center, and then you use the LED panel on each side. Threw it sideways underneath the screen. That looks pretty cool. Anyway, it looks great. Man, I really appreciate you sharing the pictures with us, because it's so humbling and so honoring that you would watch a video that we make about a design and make something that's going to be put in front of your whole church. I believe it's important to make where we come to worship beautiful, and whether it's through a classic architecture and maybe just lighting that enhances that architecture, or whether it's through maybe like us, this is a converted gym and we had to just use the space we had, and we went more of a modern route, utilizing creative lighting and different things like that. And no matter what kind of stage you have, I think it's important, just like they did back when the tabernacle was built, and then even more relevant back when the temple was being built, how much detail was put into the temple. Solomon's temple is what I'm talking about. It's so beautiful and so well designed and well thought out, and I think that's something that we need to pull from in our churches, is to think about the details and think about what we're looking at, and it's not more important than reaching souls. I mean, we can just have church out on the street somewhere and not like what it looks like is not even a part of our thought process, and that's totally fine. But when we do take the time to create a place of worship. I think that we should pay attention to details and kind of take some notes from the Bible and King Solomon and how detailed they were. Anyway, I think it's important. You may not, and that's okay. You might just say, hey, we just want to have church and we don't care what the stage looks like, and that's fine. That's fine. I like a clean stage, and I like a very well thought out stage, no matter what style. Anyway, let's just keep Jesus our main focus. Let's make the places we worship in beautiful. But before you go, if you want to, subscribe so that way you can stay updated on what's going on here at Worship Leader Hangout. Hit that bell if you want to. And I appreciate you watching. Remember, great worship leaders are always learning. Have a great day, guys. Go make something pretty.